Hello, lovely world. So I thought I'd do a different type of video for you guys today and explain why I chose these. So I thought I'd do a Would You Rather video for today's vlog, and I asked some of my friends and some of my family to, ask me Would You Rather questions. And I've got 4 here, and maybe I'll do these a little bit more as 2021 rolls along. But I thought I'd do this one off and see how well it did, or how badly it did, or whatever. But so, the first one I got was, would you rather give up social media or eat the same meal for the rest of my life? And the answer to this question is, I'd eat the same meal for the rest of my life. The fact is, I don't want to ever give up social media. Not once. I don't want to give up on Facebook. I don't want to give up on Instagram. I don't want to give up on YouTube or any other future, social media platforms that I may join or may rejoin or may never join again, whatever. Things like that. So I could never possibly ever give up on social media. Ever. But I would love to eat the same meal. It depends on what the meal is, too. Like, if it was chicken or if it was, something healthy, I'd eat it a lot. Now, I'm just going into details, but because it didn't say what type of meal I'd eat every single day for the rest of my life. I'm just, saying that I could eat chicken for the rest of my life. I could eat, pizza for the rest of my life. I could eat spaghetti or pasta for the rest of my life. Something like that, The second one is, would you rather know the date of your death or know the cause of your death? I would rather know the cause. I would rather not know either one, but if I had to choose one, I'd say the cause of my death. Because I don't want to know when I'm going to die. I'd rather know how I'm going to die over when I'm going to die. And that's just my personal preference on it. I'm not saying every single person has to be like this or anything like that, but I'm just saying, to answer that question, I'd like to know how I would die over when I would die. I know that's kind of a morbid would you rather one, but that's just how I feel. The second one is, would I rather forget your favorite books so you can reread them again for the first time, or forget your favorite movies so you can rewatch them for the first time? I'd say the movies one, because I love reading it. I'm a bookworm. And you guys know that I love movies as well, but I prefer to read more than watch movies. So I'd give up. What I would do is I'd forget every one of my favorite movies and rewatch them and witness it for the first time again. That's what I would personally do. But that's just me. Again, I love reading, and I would love to remember every single book I've ever read, or every single book that I could read in the future. Which leads me to the last question I got, which is, would you rather be reborn in the past or be reborn in the future? And to this, it's a very simple answer for me. I would love to be reborn in the future, because the past was so terrible and bad. Now, I'm not saying the future is not going to be just as bad as the past, or just as terrible as the past, but I'd prefer to be born in the future, because if you're reborn in the past, you have all of the bad stuff that happened in the past, whether it was segregation, whether it was fighting for women's rights, all of that stuff. And all of the deaths from the bubonic plague, or from war, or things like that. I'm sure there's going to be wars in the future, but all of that bad stuff that happened in the past, whether it was going back to the Magna Carta, or even further back than that, to the dinosaur age, all of that stuff, I don't think I would want to be reborn in those time periods. But that, again, this is just my personal preference. I'm not saying you have to agree with anything I said in this vlog, or any of these would you rathers that I answered today. There was probably so many more that would you rathers I could have answered, but these were the 4 main ones that I received that I felt like I wanted to answer. So that's just, and again, this is just how I would choose. I love social media. I love books. I love, what was the other thing? I know, and I don't want you guys to think that just because I chose how I want, or chose the one, my cause of my death over the when I die, that's how I feel. Every single person is gonna feel differently. Like, someone might want to know when they die, or someone might want to know when, or what the reason or the cause of their death was, and someone may want to be reborn in the past, or someone may want to be reborn in the future, and someone may want to, to reread their favorite book for the first time again. Or the same thing with the movie stuff. I'm just rambling now, but that's just my personal preference. I'm not saying you have to have the same viewpoint as me on these would you rathers. I'm just saying this is what I would choose on each of these topics. And with that being said, I think I'm going to end today's vlog here. So I want to wish Jim Chapman a happy birthday, and anyone else who has a birthday on this 27th or 28th, excuse me, I want to apologize because that was the wrong date. I meant to say the 28th day of December, not the 27th, because today's the 28th day of December. A happy birthday to all of you who were born or celebrating a birthday on this 28th day of December. You all know the drill. Keep real, and ciao.